Hello, friends, and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another episode of our live session. And as usual, every Saturday we connect in order to look forward to answer your questions. So, welcome back, all of you. And if in case you have any questions, just feel free to let me know. I'm here to talk about your questions and definitely answer them as much as possible. So we are looking forward to again listen to any of your queries related to testing, related to certifications, related to any sort of could be related to your career path, could be related to any testing scenarios, and you can talk about that. Just drop me a chat, drop me a text on the chat window, and I'll be here responding to you, answering your questions. So just feel free. I'm all here to respond to your query and would love to answer all your questions as usual every time I do that. So we have got the very first thing coming in from Federico. Very good evening, Federico. And Federico also has a question with him. In your foundation level course, you solve some example questions of the second mock exam. Would you please do the same with the third mock exam, or you don't think it is necessary? I can certainly do that for you, of course, not just you, many other people who will be in need. But as you see, currently I'm just doing for certain chapters, just limited questions related to that. Because, of course, doing all the 40 questions would take a lot of time. So I'm planning to come up with a different tutorial series after this mobile application tester, which will be completing probably by the next month. And as soon as I'm done with that, I would pick up a playlist of creating or solving only the questions which would be more helpful for you to refer in order to answer the question. So that could be one of the ideas which I'm currently planning on to come up with in my next series of tutorials. So I would rather have again a poll. So I would request people to vote on that to see that if they're interested more in the mock test or any of the certifications of the ISTQB. But yeah, I have one of the options in my poll which says you want me to talk about several questions of the ISTQB, which would give you a lot of insight that how exactly the different questions are handled, what is the right justification for that, and that could complete all the three mock papers. But probably, that would take by this month end, I can complete it, and probably by next month I can get started, Federico. So I think that's the plan right now. I hope that satisfies your question there. Okay, so meanwhile, yes, team, if anyone of you have any more questions, just feel free to drop them here. We're just getting started with our live session today. And as usual, I love to answer your questions. So just drop me that question which is running in your mind, and I would be here talking about it, helping you to understand that in a much, much simpler way. Also, congratulating all the people who have let me know over this week. Again, as usual, a lot of people dropped me a message from the foundation, analyst, test manager, agile certifications. They have succeeded in order to pass their examination. So congratulations to all of you. And thank you so much for letting us know your results, because that means a lot to me and many other our viewers who look forward to the outcome of these tutorials as a kind of feedback about referring the tutorial. So if you share your results with all of us by commenting on the chat box, it would certainly let people be inspired more to go through the tutorials and have a belief system that yes, this tutorials is going to guide me correctly and these are up to the mark. So that would certainly be of a great help. So when you succeed with your certification, I would request each one of you to just come back to this channel and drop me a comment stating that any of the videos, nothing in particular, just go to that particular playlist which you got certified with. Just drop on any of the video, drop a message that I completed my certification and this was my result. And that would help many of the viewers to be confident about the content, which would add a lot of value in their preparation and have that trust factor that the tutorials are going to be very helpful for them in order to pass the examination. Okay, meanwhile, Federico says, thank you. Do you think that is really relevant? Have too much practice on the third mock exam? Because I think a lot of questions there are most from an advanced level. Yes, exactly. I don't recommend you to look forward to the mock C or the set C paper, because a lot of things are actually not in the scope. So I'm not sure, again, why ITB opted such questions there. probably to bring up that complexity in your mind, that don't just be reliable. Things can be sometimes little difficult, but believe me or not the entire paper will be of the level of set C. Okay, it will be just that it will be a mixture of all three of them. For example, when it comes to defect, they can ask you a scenario based question that these are the information what you have already provided, what more you need to provide. Similarly, for checklist based testing, they can give you a real time checklist and ask you to review that and come up with the conflicts in it, right? So not all the questions, right, from the chapter one or step one on till the question number 40th, not all the questions will be of the same level. Of course, you can go through, but I don't want you to break your head into that, because that would not be the complexity level of the examination when you appear for the foundation level. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, Federico. If you have anything else, just feel free to drop me here. I'm still talking about those questions, so I would love to answer them. And as we see, people are growing in, joining in. So feel free, team, if you have got a question about testing, certifications, anything, just feel free to ask me that question. We are here connected together in order to answer your questions and help you understand the concepts better at a much convenient way. And you don't have to be a subscriber of this channel to ask a question. This is not a condition at all. Though YouTube provides me a condition that do you want to restrict the chats limited to subscribers or members of this channel, but I opt say anyone, because this is just like a kind of volunteer activity, and I'm doing it for everyone, irrespective of if you belong to my channel as a subscriber or you're just a ordinary man again. So none of that becomes a criteria for us to answer your question. Just feel free, drop that question in the chat box and I'll pick it up and talk about it. Okay, so there's another one coming in from Projecta. Meanwhile, Federico says, thank you, you're welcome. Projecta says, sir, is there any attempt limitation or age limitation to give foundation level exam? No, Projecta. First of all, you do not have any kind of age limitation. This is not a government exam. Like you're not writing for UPSC services or a government services exam. So there's no age limit for this. Any graduate, or even if you are 45 plus or someone, maybe senior manager, you can take up this examination. And the limitation of taking the exam is, again, no limitations. As far as you pass, you can keep writing the examination, but I don't recommend that. The reason is we want you to pass in one go. Okay, but just for your kind information, as you've asked it, we do not have any limitation on number of attempts, if in case you fail the first time. Okay, we have another one coming in from Prashant. Prashant says, I have an exam today. ISTQB Foundation. I just gone through your session. Is there anything else I want to go through with? All right, Prashant, I just want you to relax till the duration you have before you write the examination, because you say when you have the exam today, don't refer anything. All you need to do is just sit, relax, pull out all these things what you have learned, try to answer yourself that, okay, if I talk about test process, what all things do I know? What if I talk about a formal review process? Do I understand the 5 stages there? What are the activities conducted as a part of each of these phases? Who is responsible for doing what kind of job? Because we do have manager, moderator, we do have reviewers. So, recall them. You're not going to do anything else. Okay, no document reference, no tutorial reference, nothing. Just relax yourself and try to see that if you can really recall all that information which you have learned throughout the preparation time. Okay, this is the final day, the D-day where you work, and you will just put it back on the examination. So I want you to sit and relax, gain that confidence, just be as relaxed as possible so that you can read the questions carefully. And moreover, just start recalling and tell your mind that, are you ready with everything? If you think that you get stuck with any particular topic, then you just want to make sure that only that topic you go quickly and refer before you look into anything else. Okay, just that topic, go back and refer it, that why did I get stuck? What is that I could not recall? Of course, I remember there was a topic, but I don't know anything about it. Look for the terminologies, which would be crucial, okay? Like how error is different from defect, defect is different from failure, and a lot many other things like that. Because sometimes these words are given as examples and they will ask you which one of this is called as a defect, or which one of this will be a kind of root cause. So just be careful with those things. That should be fine at this point of time. And one last thing, all the very best for your examination. Okay. All right, you have wishes from Federico as well. Projector says thank you. Yes, Juan. So we are all caught up as of now. If you're looking forward to more questions, yes, there's a new one coming in. Answer says foundation level exam regarding only manual testing. Yes, exactly. No automation, no practicals. Foundation level exam is all theoretical and limited to manual testing. Okay. So you don't have to get into anything complicated or practical based or anything regarding the environment, architecture, or probably like automation. Nothing. It's just a manual testing session. Yes, team. I'm looking forward to more questions coming from all of you. Should you have anything, just feel free to drop that in the chat box. I'm here talking about your questions and responding to them. If in case you feel that what we are doing is really great and other people should also get their queries resolved, do not forget to drop that thumbs up on this video. We just want to make sure that YouTube share this video to a lot many people. Okay, I don't want you to share, rather, let YouTube promote this, that there's some initiative which will help you to answer your questions or get query resolved. So just reach out to this man who can help you every Saturday between 7 to 8 p.m. Okay, answer says thank you. You're welcome. I was looking for more questions. Just go ahead, team. Do not hesitate. Your question is just a question to me. It's not like whether you have a complicated question or you have a silly question. For example, right now, if you look at answers question, that can be simple to many other people, but it's just a question to me. So I love to answer everyone's question. So feel free, just drop that question on the chat box, and we'll be talking about it in order to help you understand the concepts in a much simpler way. Federico says, what is your thoughts on the ISTQB? ISTQB is another country-specific member board, which is just like any other country. So you do have country-specific member boards in many of the countries in the world, which are basically responsible for organizing and conducting the exams on behalf of ISTQB. They do not have anything of their own. A lot of people think that, ISTQB examination is different from ISTQB. No. ISTQB is also a member board of America, which is under ISTQB. Okay, it's just that it's just a big country, so you have a lot of name for it. But of course, if you travel to any of the country like Malaysia, Singapore, or Philippines, or Saudi Arabia, South Africa, you have a country-specific board there as well. In fact, Egypt and many other, Turkey and many other places, right? So it's just that it is specific to the country that it is just organizing and conducting the exam for you. Yeah, of course. For example, if looking forward to work in USA, they would say, I would prefer you to take certifications from ISTQB rather than any other country. Because for them, probably like validating your certification becomes easy, as they just have to reach out to ISTQB and get them, quickly verifying that whether your certification is valid or not, right? So probably that's the case. So they generally say that if you want to work in USA, you should get certified through ISTQB, not from any of the country boards. But there is no restriction, as ISTQB clearly mentions on their website that ISTQB is an international software testing qualification board and has no bars on validity throughout the world. So no matter which country specific you get certified with, your validity or value of the certification is equally valid throughout the world, no matter which country you are in. Okay. All right. So meanwhile, we have another question coming from Tushar. Apart from ISTQB foundation level certification, what more is needed to get a job in software testing as a fresher? As a fresher, I would request you to have some knowledge of some of the testing tools other than the certification, because not the theoretical thing will be implemented back into the organization when you start working on a particular project. So probably like learn some of the automation tools, or probably like test management tools, or include Jira in your kind of, understanding, and have some good understanding of Agile, because most of the companies today, or the entire industry of the software, is trying to adopt Agile. So having understanding of Agile will be definitely an added value. Second, get some grip on some of the automation tool. You can start learning Selenium. You can have some good understanding of that, or at least have the tool understanding which can help you to manage your resources. That how to write test cases, what it takes to write proper test cases, how do you execute test cases, how do you log the results. So these are things which are not discussed as a part of our foundation certification, because this goes practical. So we want you to gain some understanding from other tutorials to see how do you write test cases properly, how do you run test cases on an application. And we just want to have that grip, so that when people ask you in the interviews, do you know how to write test cases, then they will ask you to write some test cases. So you should be good with that. Okay, so these are the few things which you can talk about. 3 things. Number 1, gain access to Agile, get some understanding. If required, start learning some tools, including automation, Selenium, or test management like Jira for the task management, which is very common in Agile. And third, get some practical orientation related to executions, writing the test cases, reporting, creating some reports, and all those sort of things. And that would help you a lot. And all the best with your job hunting. We do have the next one coming in from Answer. Practically, I have good knowledge, but not theoretically. Can I crack this foundation level? I need suggestions, sir. When you make that statement that, practically you're good, theoretically you're not good. So as far as you're practically good, your theoretical should not have any problems, because you're not going to learn any new syllabus or anything new. As far as you have been working as a tester, we are just trying to tell you that this is what our syllabus is. Okay, this is what our syllabus is. We are not teaching you anything new. So as you are a tester already, then you would know what exactly happens in real-time industry. We are just giving you a syllabus for that. This is what you need to be targeting in order to get this done. So theoretically, when people say that I'm not good, it means that I'm not good at reading something, right? I'm not good at reading a story and coming back and answering some questions. That is what we say theoretically is not good. But this is not theoretical. This is more of like, listening to the understanding of the content, following some slide deck 2 points, and then you say that, okay, I know this. I've been doing this, right? I've been doing this for some time. And all I need to do is, okay, this is what they want me to know. So for example, if I talk about the test planning, so what are the activities being performed? Again, we're not writing stories. We're just telling you what test planning is all about, how it can actually help you, and that is it. So I don't think you will have any challenges as far as you're good with your practicals. This would be simple and easy to follow, and you will be able to crack it. Okay. So all the best, Answer. If you have anything else, do let me know. Projector says, sir, your book given in the description section is showing unavailable on Flipkart. Is this book available at local bookstores in India? Not right now. If required, you can also try this on Amazon, because I'm there on Amazon. So you can also look into Amazon. Should you definitely find there, just let me know. For you, I would like to quickly give it a try and see if why my vendors are not keeping a track of this. Okay, I'm not sure. Why is it? Did you try putting your PIN code? Because for me, it says it is available. Okay. So if you can, Projector, you can just give it a try. I'm just dropping the link below. Okay, the link is longer than the limited text. So please put. I think generally when it comes to PIN codes, they are very critical in order to place an order. So you need to put your PIN code first and then search for the book. It should be visible. Okay, because generally when you don't put the PIN code, then it says unavailable. Anyways, for me, it is visible. I just tried that right now. I just can't share my screen on this live session, but I would have done that. But yes, it is. Please try. If in case not, please go to Amazon. You can find it there. If you still don't see that, please drop me a message. I'll give you the third option. Lucas, hey there. My ISTQB Agile Tester exam is on Thursday. I've gone through all your videos and the syllabus PDF and remember everything. also done a mock exam. Anything else I should do? No, you're all set. Now, when you say your exam is on Thursday, you have around 5 days of time. I want you to sit back, take some white papers, and just start writing short notes by recalling what you learned chapter by chapter, topic by topic. So write on that top of it like chapter one, and then say, okay, topic number one, I learned about Agile Manifesto. What are the Agile Manifesto 4 points? That what is over what? Like, customer collaboration over contract negotiation. So start writing these points. Okay, and then we move to the next one. What is a whole team approach? What is early and frequent feedback? What is the retrospectives? What is a sprint? What is a scrum? What is stand-up call? So start listing them on the short notes. I don't want you to draft a book. Just recall, see that if your brain really remembers that. Okay, as far as your brain remembers and you're able to put it back on the paper, you are 100% sure that you didn't forget anything, or you're not confused with anything. Or in case otherwise, you find difficulty in putting it back properly, you come to know that which areas you need more preparation, right? So you just go back to the book or go back to the tutorial and only refer those topics which you get stuck with or you could not list up. So write for chapter one, all the topics, whatever you could remember in the short notes, and then go back to the book and see that what is that you missed out, right? And then you would say, okay, this is the topic I didn't remember at all. So that gives you a hits there that, okay, did you see that? You forgot it. So go through that and see what is that I forgot? Why didn't I remember it? So next time again, go with the chapter two, continue that. Then you see what all things you missed it. You complete with chapter three. Now, once you see that, okay, there were many topics which you could not remember, then this is one round of it, pick up the second round of it, where you should mention everything. Again, take some white blank papers and start writing fresh again. And see that now your mind remembers that what you forgot the last time or not. This will be the best thing to pass your examination at the end of the moment. Okay, so all the very best, Lucas. If you have anything else, do let me know. Okay, Federico says, do you think if I clear the foundation exam through ISTQB, it could work in Canada, or it is better to clear it in Canadian board itself? Sorry if I repeat my questions too much. No, that's fine, absolutely. As far as you have a question, I don't mind answering them, and anyone can have any number of questions, so the count really doesn't matter. So, Federico, you do go with Canadian because I don't want you to put something which will not be helping you. So, of course, ISTQB will be valued in Canada. I'm not saying, but again, I'm not sure about the Canadian board. So, if you are looking forward to work in Canada tomorrow, then preferably take it from the local country, which will add a lot of value to your portfolio. I do remember your history from the last session. So I would recommend you go with Canadian board so that they will have some credibility. Okay, a board also shows credibility to the ISTQB that how many certified testers do we have in our country, right? Or how many people we have certified. So Canadian board will certainly look forward to you to as a great resource if you certify you. And the organization will also prefer to say, okay, I'm just talking about Canadian software testing board. So you just have to reach out to Canadian software testing board to validate your certification, not to the American software testing board. Correct? So I would recommend you go with Canada rather than going with America. If you go to the Canadian testing board and you want to book the foundational exam, it says in development. That's what I'm not confident with it. Now, probably, you may have to reach out to them, give them a call and see that, are you still busy preparing for some exams? I'm not sure. People are already writing about these exams in Canada. So you get them a confirmation over the mail or over a call and see that what response you have. And based on that, make your decision. So if Canadian Testing Board says that we are currently not offering any examination, then please opt for ISTQB. Because as far as you have a mail from any country specific board that they are not offering any exams right now for any reason, then you can always take the exam from any other country and that will be valid everywhere. Okay, that's also a rule. If your country doesn't have a board, or if you are in a country where the boat is not working right now, then you are free to take it from other countries with that acknowledgement. That would also help you at any point of time. Okay. Tushar says, thank you. Lucas says, sounds like good technique. I'll definitely try it out. Thanks. Yeah, it has worked for many people. So go ahead, Lucas, give it a try. Yes, team, we are almost half past our session. So we are looking forward to more questions for the day. I know it's a weekend. A lot of people love enjoying, but at the same time, I would suggest that, make sure that you are also staying safe. Things are still not good at many places, especially here. We're back in India. We are, just making sure that we try to avoid it as much as possible and try to stay indoors. Not actually going outside unwantedly without any reasons. But of course, there are a few things which you have to go out. So minimal. So again, enjoy your weekend, but just make sure that you stay safe at the same time. Okay, so are we looking for more questions? If yes, please drop them in the chat box. We are looking forward to answer your questions and give them a good response so that you feel really happy about knowing new things today as a part of this session. So would love to answer any of your questions. Just feel free, type it out on the keyboard, hit enter, and I'm here talking about it. Yes, we see some of the people coming in, joining in for more discussions. And don't forget to drop a thumbs up as when you think you are happy with the surface, you like this work, you appreciate my effort. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, which will help YouTube know that, there's something good happening. And a lot of people will see this, that, okay, there is someone who is answering my questions. So I can always ask him my questions. Because unless a video gets a lot of hit, YouTube does not do any kind of organic promotions. And I don't believe on paid promotions. Okay? I don't believe. If your content is good, it will automatically reach out to people. If you make it by paid and other things, no matter, you'll get name and fame, but you will never succeed. So we, or especially me, believes on organic reach out, not the paid ones. Never. Why should you waste money when you have talent? Right? When you have talent, you don't really have to waste your money. And people who waste money is, of course, they don't have talents. So that's the reason they're wasting money. They're buying talent using their money or whatsoever. Anyways, we have another one as of now. Divya says, regarding mobile testing certification, only 17 videos we found. When we'll get the full complete course in YouTube? Divya, for your kind information, the mobile testing certification course is an ongoing course right now. Okay, so just like other tutorials also, we create one tutorial every day. So every day I put one video on each topic. So it's an ongoing tutorial right now. What other playlists you are watching, they're already completed. So you find all the videos, but mobile one is an ongoing right now. So currently we completed chapter 2 on Friday. Monday, we'll be starting with chapter 3. Expect the videos to grow day by day. Like each weekday, you will have one video, and then you will be completing the entire course by the end of the month. That's all I can say. Okay? As it is an ongoing video, you don't have all of them right now. So every day, expect one video on each topic, and by the end of the month, you will be completing that. Yes, team, any more questions? Just feel free and drop that here. Yep. You're always welcome, Divya. We got more questions. We are looking forward to answer them. We want more and more questions. Please let everyone know that at least you have a person here who is answering your questions, no matter what it is about. As far as it is related to testing, I would love to answer that. Divya also says your videos are very helpful to me. Thank you so much, Divya, for letting us know. Of course, we are helping everyone, and you're just one among those amazing viewers of mine who love the content and really take great benefits out of it. So make sure that you get the understanding of the context, and at any point of time you think that the videos are not enough in order to get that understanding, just ping me. I'm just a chat away, or join this live session every Saturday and ask your queries. I would be definitely interested to answer your questions and give you that booster, what you need in order to understand some of the concepts, which might not be clear just from the video. That's the reason we do this session on the Saturday. So Monday to Friday, you watch your videos, collect all the necessary questions. Saturday, you dump them all on the chat window. And here I give you better explanations. So you don't need a training at all, right? You don't need to make any kind of investment when you have free YouTube videos and Saturday's discussions. And this is a Q&A session. I don't have an agenda. I don't have a topic to talk about. It's only to answer your questions. So all you do is collect the questions throughout the week and put those questions back to me on Saturday between this 1 hour of time. And I just love to answer all your questions so you get everything what you need at no cost or absolute no cost. All you invest is your time with the quality content, right? So go ahead. We have Divyanshu who says, sir, do I need to read full syllabus PDF other than your lectures for ISTQB Foundation? Okay, when you say that, I do understand you don't want to read it. Okay, sure, I know that, but I would recommend you. Okay, I would be sure that, I want you to recommend you that side by side, okay? I don't want you to read the entire content at the same time. As in when you complete a video, parallelly just refer the theoretical content written in the PDF, which will be easy for you to quickly understand it and at the same time complete that, right? Then you move to the next topic, 1.2, 1.3, parallelly refer what the syllabus says. Yes, my explanation is more than enough to understand the concept, but I don't want you to miss any single term which is there in the syllabus, because finally all the questions will be landing from the syllabus, right? So tomorrow you should not come back and tell me, right, that your video did not talk about this, right? Because I'm not talking about the feedback. I'm talking about what's the point of complaining me once you fail, right? So right now I believe in giving you better recommendations, better suggestions, rather than you coming back and telling me a feedback which is not helpful for any of us, right? So this is where I say, instead of looking at the entire PDF at the same time, as you complete a topic, I want you to get into the short note of that in the syllabus and say, okay, I know 50% of it, so it will be easy for me to follow the content. But going through that will certainly boost your confidence. Okay, so I would say in brackets, highly recommended. It's not optional. Okay, highly recommended that if you can just be through that PDF at least once, it will not harm you. Yeah, it may take some time extra, but believe me or not, if in case you miss out any understanding through the video, you will get it there. You'll get that information there. So that is how that content or the PDF going through will help you. Okay, I hope you get my point, and that helps you to make up your mindset that yes, I have to go through a PDF. That's not optional. Okay, we have Federico again. I wish there were more professionals like you who take the time to help their audience answering questions related to their work. I'm just happy to hear such feedbacks, but I think, I'm not sure how many of them are there who create certain content for people and also take some time out to answer their questions. As the crowd increases, of course, it becomes hectic. But what my plans are, if the crowd increases and I'm not able to answer everyone's question in an hour, I would do it for 2 hours. I will not say, okay, whoever comes first, I'll answer only them. I'll rather increase the time and say, let everyone get answered. But yeah, depending on the crowd, as we have answering everything. So good as of now, as the slowly we increase with the count, people start knowing about us, they start coming to the session and ask the questions. I would certainly increase the time rather than compromising on the content. So thank you so much, Federico, for sharing such feedback, because that means a lot to me when people come back and say that I wish there could be more people like you. I do wish the same. I wish I had so many people. Some of my load can be reduced. We do have Divyanshu saying that thanks so much for your advice. You are a gem. Really? Thank you. That's really a big thing to say. When you say somebody as gem, you cannot be just better than anything like that, right? So people, when they share those feedback, like these kind of things with their heart, it means a lot, right? You're doing a pretty good job. Everyone watching your content is really, really happy. So all you need is that happiness back from all the viewers from the channel. And at any point of time, they should not say that, okay, this guy is just keeps talking, but when it comes to solving certain things, he's not there. All right. That's what the Blogspot people are doing right now. They have put some dummy questions which they are not least bothered about, and never come back to tell you that why your answers are correct or not wrong. So probably like all that crowd is also coming to me. I should be charging them. They create the confusion. People come back with those questions to me, and I'm answering their questions. So my question would be like, why are you confusing them? Because I'm answering those questions on the chat window here. But yes, as far as this is my content, this is my initiative that I would love to answer your questions, I don't have any complaints and no competition with anyone. So probably I would come soon with a blogspot of my own and share that information and let everyone get blocked. Okay. Any more questions, team? Yes, feel free and drop that question here. I'm here probably like another 20, 25 minutes, and would love to answer as many questions as possible. In this 1 hour, I just want to make sure that we answer many number of questions, or as many questions as possible, so that everyone gets benefited for being a part of this live session. We are expecting more questions to come. Right now, we are all caught up with every single question here. Just feel free if you got a question. I'm here to answer. Just do not hesitate. Whatever your questions can be, it just means that, yes, it is. And do not forget to drop a thumbs up if you think you are happy with the service. I would love to see that. The team, looking forward to more questions. Currently, there are no questions on the screen for me to answer. We're just waiting for more questions to happen, and I would love to answer them before we end the session for today. We have around 20 minutes to go from our session for today. No worries. At many times, it does happen that a lot of people join in only for asking the questions, or maybe just listening to the conversation, because you may not have a question, but you just want to listen to the different questions and get that input and thought process about working on certain things. So you're always welcome to join in order to just listen to this conversation, because there will be many people who will be asking their questions, and from their questions also can be, it can be helpful for you to gain some understanding. So if you just want to listen to this conversation for an hour time, just join in, listen to all the questions, get the necessary answers, and you do get understanding of that. Education is always going to add value. It's not going to harm you saying that, okay, you are full, right? At any point of time, you can learn anything new. So there is no restriction on that. There's no limitation on that. We just want to make sure that we benefit you at any point of time. However, okay, Federico says, can you explain what is a dry run? Okay, dry run is basically like when you don't do the real run, you do a dry run. So for example, I have written a code to multiply 2 numbers, right? Now, I pass 2 values, A and B, and then I have an operator which says, or I have third parameter C, which is going to store the multiplied number. And the C is equal to A multiplied by B, and then print C. That's a very simple code. You understand that? So when it comes to execution of this, before that, we do a dry run. Like we just go to line, and see that, okay, line number 1, declaring the variable. Line number 2, assigning the variable with a value. Line number 3, it's a arithmetic operation that you are multiplying both the variables. And line number 4, you're printing the output. That's it. So when you just verbally check virtually or verbally, you just review your program before you click on that run button. It's called as a dry run, okay, which is not going to actually do the execution or run the program. So it's called as a dry run, where you virtually check each step and see that if everything is in place. Sometimes the syntax can also be verified as a part of the dry run, not only the code, not only the control flow, but also the syntax. For example, there are sometimes it happens like you miss a semicolon or probably like some hyphen or maybe some standard syntax depending on the language. So you include that, like the parentheses and a lot many other things. There might be issues. So you just validate that without running the code. That's the only answer. So dry run is understanding or executing the code without running it virtually. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Yaseem, anyone else? If you have any questions, just feel free to drop that on the chat box. We are talking about your questions and answering them here in this live session. And feel free to share no matter what your question is all about. All right, so we have Sharath saying that, hi, sir, I reappeared for the exam today, awaiting results. Oh, yeah, Sharath, I remember you from the last session. I hope that went good this time, right? How was it? Maybe you can share more about the experience you had this time compared to the previous one. I do remember you said me last time, like, you didn't do anything other than watching my videos, and you don't have any prior knowledge of testing. Yeah, I hope I'm correct with that. And you just got around something like 21 or 22. So I hope you did this time pretty well compared to that, because you are the only one who would know the answer for that question. You would have felt yourself that how different your experience was between the first and second. And do you want to share anything with us from your exam experience? Federico. Okay, so is a static testing technique? Yeah, you can say that. For example, it's just like, static is without running the application, dynamic is while running the application. That's the difference. But yeah, both are different types of testing. Okay, we have a message from Sharath saying, what is the effective way to debug a divide by zero error? The answer I know was source code inspection, but that was no source code inspection in the option. I felt this time it was okay. Okay. Do you remember any options for this question? Like, if you really remember that, what questions were given to you? And there were a lot of BVN equivalence questions solved, questions in the exam solved at all. That's really good. I think you were really happy with the practical kind of things. So that would have helped you a lot. Okay, as far as you feel that the exam was okay, then I think it should be okay. Meanwhile, yes, team, if you got a question, just feel free to drop that. By the time we hear more experience from Sharath on his experience about writing the examination. Meanwhile, if you got a question, just do not hesitate. Drop it on the chat box. We are just 15 minutes away from our closure of the day, and we want to answer as many questions as possible to help you, assist you, get you that necessary information, what you need in order to understand a concept. Sure. I think then you have the right answer as D, static. Because code inspection is a static technique by which you find the code-related issues. Remember, in the chapter 3, okay, we had something called a static analysis. And static analysis is related to code review. Code review helps you to find defects in the syntax, standards, coding standards, and a lot many other things. So if you really wanted to solve that, then of course, the BVA equivalence partition are all black box testing technique. Chapter 4, right? EP, BVA, decision table. These are all black box testing techniques and requires requirements. You don't have any access to the code when you apply black box testing technique. So when it comes to the white box testing techniques, such as decision testing, condition testing, other things, that is execution. Okay, that's execution. That's where C is also not correct. Decision testing is an executable entity as a technique for the white box, but static testing is non-executable. I think this is what I was just explaining, Federico, that dry run. So static analysis is a dry run review of the code, and that could definitely help you to identify, because you can do that. Okay, so yeah, D is supposed to be the right answer for this. Static will help you to find coding errors, because this was clearly mentioned that, divide by zero error. So as far as this error, static testing can help you to find such issues. So yeah, those who are just listening to this, these are the things which they are being asking recently. So make sure that you have a good understanding of all these things. Asim, do we have any more questions coming up? Or you want me to trigger the timeout of 5 minutes? If not, then we will see. We have got around 14 minutes to go from our session, like 1-4. And let's see if we've got any more questions to answer. We would love to answer them before we wind up for the day. If in case not, you can always come back to me and let me know if you got a question to share, question to ask. It's not really mandatory that you should be asking a question today itself. You can always come back to me. We connect every Saturday between 7 to 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and to answer your questions for an hour. So make sure that if you got any questions, you can always come back and join me in order to ask your questions. So no hesitation, any point of time, just feel free. If you got a question around the week, just enter your comment on any of the video and I will respond back to you and help you to get your queries resolved by the time we reach Saturday. Okay, so I don't see any questions coming in the last 1 minute, so I'll be triggering the 5 minutes timeout. If there are no more questions, we just don't want to be idly creating a live session here. So if we do not have any questions coming in the next 5 minutes, we'll just call off our session for the day. But no worries, you can always reach out to me by dropping a comment on any of the videos. You can always come back on next Saturday and ask your questions. So no restrictions on that. Anytime, anyhow, just reach out to me and I would be more than happy to respond to you. So we'll look forward to the next 5 minutes. If there are no questions coming up, we'll be closing our live session for the day. Yes, team, if you got a question, just don't hesitate to share here. We are looking forward to respond to your questions and answer them as much as possible. So let your question be related to anything, be it about ISTQB certification, be it about your testing concepts, testing tools, your career ahead in testing, what will be a QA journey path. You can always ask any of your questions related to that. And I would be more than happy to respond to your question to help you understand the context and get that necessary detail, what probably you don't find online. Yeah. So just make sure everything you need is either resolved by the video. If not, you reach out to me here. And this session is exclusively for anyone here who is looking forward to get certified, looking forward to become a QA tester, looking forward to be more equipped with the information what a tester needs to know. So we just want to make sure that we provide you all necessary support in order to achieve your goals. And don't forget to drop a thumbs up on the video if you think this service is really great and I'm helping out you appropriately to help you create that milestone achievable. So this would help the YouTube let know that, okay, there are things which are going good, and we would certainly like to reach out to more people to help them. Nope, Federico, I think that's quite related to the static defects. So if you go to 3.1, basics of static testing, you would find all the list of all the typical defects which you get in requirement, design, security vulnerabilities, coding defects, all the static issues. So this question was from that topic. Yeah, I've covered that as a part of my tutorial. So there are a list of defects. So they just tried to turn that around to ask you a question. So 3.1, basics of static testing. Look for the third segment, which says benefits of static testing. Under that, you have list of defects, which can be found by static testing, easily compared to dynamic testing. So that would give you the answer. Yes, it is there in the syllabus. Yeah, probably there was no specific question as such on the defect in the mock papers, because again, they cannot cover all the topics, right? So they just give you an understanding, but questions can be from anywhere in the syllabus. We may not come back to the board saying that, okay, you never told us that this can be also asked. But as far as it is a part of the syllabus, it is a part of your examination. Wonder Brothers, welcome back. Thanks for your videos. I cleared my exam last month. And congratulations, Wonder Brothers. I do remember you asking me, a lot of things on my videos and thanking me for the great work. So I really wish you a hearty, hearty congratulations on the achievement. First of all, thanks for letting us know. I was just waiting for your response, and I was not sure that when you got certified. So I think it's around 15 days or 20 days when you got certified. So anyways, thanks for taking some time out to let us know that you got certified. It's really, really, really pleasure for me to know about it when we know some people from certain chats and certain, discussions. It just feels like, we taught you ourselves. So thank you so much for letting me know that. And all the best for all your future endeavors. You might be looking forward to more certifications on your way. Just let me know. I'm always there to help you. So you also say, thanks a lot. Now I'm going to do Ijal. I was busy in work actually. And Kalpana, by the way. Okay, sorry about that. Your name is completely different than what your name is on the title. Wonder Brothers and Kalpana. So that's completely a different thing. Anyways, thank you for letting your name know. Thank you, Kalpana. And congratulations, Kalpana. Yes, team, anyone else need any more help with any of the questions to get them clarified? We would love to certainly answer them before we close for the day. We just have got 5 more minutes to go from our live session. Few likes at the end of the session to make sure that this video reaches many of the strugglers like us to get those responses from me. So if they got a question, I'm here to answer them. I just want to give them a good understanding of their queries. So just feel free, do not hesitate to drop a thumbs up and ask your questions as well. Okay, I'm here to assist you. I'm here to help you. Let me have that freedom of responding to you by just asking your questions. As we connect here for an hour, I'm not here to sit idle and keep a watch on the time. Rather, I should be looking forward to more of my chat window to respond to you. We'll pick up each question and talk about it and assist you to understand testing much better way. Steve, yo, we are looking for another 3.5 minutes to go from our live session. Got a question? Just drop it on the chat. I'm looking at the chat screen right now as we have less time remaining. As soon as we have a hit, we'll just talk about it and help you to understand the concept. We might be coming up with another session on ISTQB Foundation as a public session, probably in the first week of September. So if any one of your friend, any of your colleague, any one of you is interested to enroll for it, you can just let me know. We'll be publishing the dates very soon in the coming week. So you can stay tuned on the community tab of our channel, which will let you know that if we are coming up with a new session and what's the date of it. So always to find the latest updates from the channel, latest news items from the channel and trends, just be following the community page, and I would be more than happy to assist you and help you with those information there. That would be the best way to understand that what's happening or what's planned for the next. Also, just to highlight, we do have 2 other channels, which is called as Technical Vocabulary, which helps you to get all the definitions, terminologies, just like a kind of glossary for technical terms. And the other one is Testing in Nutshell, where I talk about everything else other than ISTQB. So this channel is limited to ISTQB certifications. And other than ISTQB, I talk about everything in the Testing in Nutshell, where we have been doing a lot of automation concepts, a lot of performance testing concept, in fact, Jira tutorials to get started with a lot of interesting things. So you can definitely love to, look into those contexts and understand. Zayed is back saying that, sir, I don't know where to start my preparation for ISTQB Foundation level, need suggestion. Okay, let me help your query. I'm just sending you a link. This is where you start your preparation. That's the very first video of our foundation playlist. And you just get started. There's nothing else. You start with what is testing, why testing is important. Just go through this entire playlist, and that will give you everything what you need. Okay? So you don't really have to do anything as a prerequisite to get started with these videos. No prerequisite to start learning ISTQB Foundation. Anyone can learn about it. Okay, so all the very best, Zayed. All right, we are in the last minute of our session. Do we have any questions? Just feel free to quickly drop that. Before I wind up, I would certainly answer that and then close for the day. If not, we'll be looking forward to close for the day and continue ahead. Can you please provide the slides also? Why not, sir? We do have slide deck on the slide share page of mine. So you can always navigate to this particular link where you'll find all the slide decks. Just navigate through. The initial most will be the foundation slides, and you can always refer them. Okay, so all the best, Jad. And that's where we hit the clock. Thank you so much, team, and everyone here for joining in, because this session cannot be successful without your contribution, your presence, your questions, and your participation. So I would like to thank each and every one of you who just joined in to ask their questions and contributed to this live session to make it successful. Thank you so much for joining in, team. And we'll be getting back to you next Saturday between 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. to look forward to your amazing questions again and look forward to answer them as well. At the end, as usual, I say thanks for joining in, team, and looking forward to help you again in future as well. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'm always there to address your queries and answer them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for watching the live session, team, and happy learning. Stay safe. See you next time, next weekend. Take care. Bye bye. Stay safe.